All right, let's dive in with another birthday reading from The Secret Language of Birthdays book by Gary Goldschneider and Joost for June 24th, the day of the Blissful Wizard. And here we have an illustration at the heading of the book of a pineapple that hasn't been removed from the plant just yet. Blissful Wizard, I suppose. Hey, is it June 24th and it's your birthday today? Well, if it is, I just want to extend you a heartfelt happy birthday. And if you're finding this video long after that day has come and gone, I hope you had a happy birthday. But for everyone else who's just joining us out of curiosity, I want to say welcome and I hope you enjoy yourself. But let's dive in, shall we? Your month is June, your day the 24th, and your sign is 2 to 4 degrees Cancer of the Gemini Cancer Cusp. And your quality and elements is Cardinal, water. June 24th, the day of the Blissful Wizard. Those born on June 24th are often completely taken up with their vocation, arts, or business concerns. The more highly evolved individuals born on this day devote themselves to create positive projects. The less highly evolved contribute their energies to undertakings with a decidedly negative or destructive cast. Both are equally involved, particularly in a technical sense, since June 24 people develop their own particular approach to their activities down to the last detail. Technique for these individuals is not so much an objective study, which can be learned by everyone, but rather a highly personal set of tools which allows them to express themselves unhindered and master what they do. Usually the more highly evolved individuals born on this day are attracted to spiritual pursuits, which they see as manifesting divine love. Those on their path to this ultimate goal cultivate kindness, awareness, sensitivity, psychic abilities, religious fervor, and respect for all living things. Poorly evolved individuals, of course, headed in the opposite direction, preferring conflict, hurt, pain, struggle, and domination. It is unlikely but not impossible that the less evolved can turn their values around in a single lifetime. But since many of us are now granted a lifespan in excess of 84 years, 1 Uranus cycle, in a sense more than one lifetime can be lived, offering opportunity for tremendous change. This change can come about through study, increased self-awareness, raised consciousness, influential experiences, and above all, the basic desire to improve oneself. June 24 people have what could be described as religious fervor for their principal activity. They strive for self-discipline and are capable of tremendous feats of concentration. They value a flowing, natural, spontaneous, somewhat improvised work method, but once backed by ironclad technical skills. Even amoral June 21 people come to be aware that their work holds great potential for both good and bad ends. Those born on this day often encounter a severe midlife crisis in their early 40s concerning their ethics. Above all, June 24 people want to be left alone to do what they love most, and therefore their family and friends must be highly understanding of the strict privacy they need for their work. Occasionally, those born on this day venture out to perform on a high level in the world, but usually do their most important work in the confines of their safe and often secret home base. Those June 24 people who work in offices or primarily out in society usually value their home life more than their work and reserve the larger part of their energies for personal interests. All right. Let's move on to your numbers and your planets. Those born on the 24th of the day are ruled by the number 6, as 2 plus 4 equals 6, and by the planet Venus. Because those ruled by the number 6 are magnetic in attracting love and admiration, and since Venus is strongly connected with social interaction, it may be a struggle at times for June 24 people to get the privacy which they need for their work. Since the astrology of Cancer lends strong moon influences and the number 6 shows the primary influence of Venus, those born on June 24th will be even more highly prone to blissful, imaginative states. Often love becomes the dominant theme in the lives of those ruled by this number. All right, let's move on to your tarot. As if to emphasize this last point, the sixth card of the major arcana is the Lovers, symbolizing that love that unites all humanity through integration of masculine and feminine polarities. On the good side of this card indicates affections and desires on a high moral, aesthetic, and physical plane. On the bad side, unfulfilled desires, sentimentality, and indecisiveness. Because of the influences of the moon and Venus, which are already present, those born on June 24 will have to keep a handle on projective fantasies and beware of being carried away with regard to love, relationships, and beauty. Moving on to your health. Because of the above-mentioned tendency of June 24 people to enter a state of blissful fervor, they tend to lose touch with practical realities, which can have disastrous health consequences. June 24 people often face cardiovascular, respiratory, and gastric difficulties. The practice of meditation, which promotes and allows for an emptying of thoughts and emotions, can be helpful in heading off these physical problems. June 24 people respond well to a strict and basic diet with regular mealtimes. Such a diet not only serves to ground them, but also reduces excess aggression, as does a more limited consumption of meat and sugar. Nicotine and alcohol should be limited, if not eliminated, altogether. And here is some advice. Examine the effects of your work objectively and consider them from an ethical point of view. Keep in touch with society's values, if only to know what they are. Beware of becoming too withdrawn or isolated. And here is your meditation. An artist is an instrument through which the universe reveals itself. Moving on to your strengths and your weaknesses. You're skillful, imaginative, and magical. And your weaknesses, troubled, destructive, and oblivious. All right. Let's move on to those born on this day. So you know what company June 24 people are in. We have St. John the Baptist, the traditional birth date anyway. He was a mystic and a poet. We have Terry Riley. He was a California composer, improvisatory pianist, and credited with the first minimal music composition in C. E.I. DuPont, a French-American industrialist. John Ciardi was a poet. Jack Dempsey, the Manasseh Mahler, who's a world heavyweight champion boxer and held the crown for 8 years. We have Sergei Rubinstein, a financial wizard, and he died in a mystery murder. We have Henry Ward Beecher, a clergyman, abolitionist. Fred Hoyle, who was an astrophysicist, astronomer. Man in the Universe, he was a science fiction writer of The Element, 79. We have Claude Chabrol, who was a French film director and actor of Les Biches. We have Jeff Beck, a British blues and jazz rock guitarist, the Yardbirds member. Lord Horatio Herbert Kitchener, who was a British general and war secretary and killed in an explosion. We have Juan Manuel Fangio, who was a Argentinian auto racer and a 5-time Formula One world champion. William George Penny, a British nuclear physicist, the atom bomb developer. Ambroise Bierce was a journalist and a short story writer of The Devil's Dictionary. We have George Stanford Brown, TV actor of The Rookies. We have Billy Casper, a U.S. Open Masters winning golfer and a 2-time PGA Player of the Year. We have Michelle Lee, who's a film actress. Sharon Sato, a graphic arts designer. David Rose, an orchestra leader. And Swami Chiduka Sana Anda. Boy, the names today, let me tell you, I butchered the heck out of them. So there, we got to catch up with all of that. There we go. All right. Your season is summer, and your sign, once again, is Cancer. And your period is the Gemini Cancer cusp specifically, and your quality and elements is Cardinal water. And this has been June 24th, the day of the Blissful Wizard. Errors and all on my part in any event. Hey, this has been The Secret Language of Birthdays book by Gary Goldschneider and Joost Elfers. I have a affiliate link down in the description for this book if you want to do a reading for yourself, which is sans all the errors, I would say. But in any event, if today was your birthday, I just want to say happy birthday once again. And for everyone joining us randomly, I hope you enjoyed yourself and you come back for your birthday reading. All right, take care of yourselves.